Hallo und herzlich willkommen zurück zu Alan Wakes American Nightmare. Ja, hier sind wieder diese komischen Vögel, die jetzt zu Menschen werden. Die wollen uns ganz besonders gerne haben. Ah, fuck. Jetzt rennen. Rennen sie hoch, rennen sie hoch. Und da ist ja auch schon die nächste Seite. Ach komm schon. Alle angeschossen. So. Was? Okay. Munition nehmen. Natürlich. Und wir lesen gerade mal die neue Seite. Die Natur von Geschichten.
Stories come naturally to us. We can't help it. There are many different worlds, many competing realities within our heads, fueled by books, television, even barely remembered childhood tales. There's an endless supply of fictional concepts more familiar to us than anything or anyone real. We have a far greater connection to the fictional characters we know and love than the random people we pass on the street. Our destinies and inspirations are shaped by lies, myths, and fables.
Das ist gut möglich, ne? Da ist noch eine Seite. Die lesen wir auch gleich mal. Die Besessenen.
The Taken may well be the tool the darkness favors over any other. At some point, they used to be human, but whatever humanity they once had is long gone. Now they're just shells covered and filled by darkness. The Taken Mr. throws at me are more grotesque and varied than the ones I first encountered in Bright Falls. But I know how to deal with them. I'd be lying if I said they don't frighten me. But I've survived worse. I can't let them stop me.
Hier ist es wieder so, die Besessenen sind wahrscheinlich das Werkzeug, das die Dunkelheit lieber als alle anderen mag. Irgendwann waren sie einmal Menschen, aber jegliche Menschlichkeit, die sie einmal besaßen, ist längst verschwunden. Jetzt sind sie nur noch in Hüllen eingehüllt und gefüllt von Dunkelheit. Die Besessenen, die Mr. Scratch mir entgegenwirft, sind grotesker und vielfältiger als die, denen ich zuerst in Bright Falls begegnet bin. So, wenn man mal echt genauer drüber nachdenkt, so wie das Ganze hier beschrieben ist, glaube ich echt, dass das mehr so ein Spiel über psychische Krankheiten ist. Und ich glaube, Alan Wake war so dann das erste Spiel, das sich wirklich damit auseinandergesetzt hat in irgendeiner Form. Was ich ziemlich genial finde, wenn ich jetzt ehrlich mal so drüber nachdenke. Was ich nochmal eben schnell gucken möchte. Ist, ob hier noch irgendwie Seiten sind, die wir übersehen haben könnten. Scheinbar nicht.
It's you! How dare you! No, wait. It isn't you, is it? I suppose you'd better come in. I'll unlock the door.
Thanks.
Haben wir wieder was zum Gucken?
I know what you're thinking. Evil twin, supernatural powers. But most of the time, I just like to keep things basic. I want you to understand that. Like this. Need to get your hands dirty? No batteries, no moving parts, just physics. That's technology you can depend on. It's a classic. Speaking of classics, you need to be careful with this one, though. If the victim suddenly twists, you might end up cutting yourself. It's not really a workhorse, but I'm a sucker for this style. Now this is more like it. You've got slip-resistant grip. Believe me, you really want that traction once you're wrist deep in somebody. The blade's stiff enough so it won't open by accident in your pocket, but it's still really easy to open with just one hand. Now that's a big thing for me. I know what you're thinking. It's too big, too heavy. But sometimes you just need the extra oomph. If you're talking intimidation, this is gonna do the job. Also great for dismemberings and whatnot. You know, the messy jobs. I can't tell you how many things I've MacGyvered with this stuff. Okay, now guns. Not a big fan. I mean, how are you supposed to really connect with somebody with a bullet? I want you to understand that. I take pride in what I do. We can't both be worthless hacks, can we?
War das jetzt Waffenkunde mit Mr. Scratch oder wie oder was?
You'll have to forgive me, but this feels very strange. It seems like this has all happened before.
I have the replacement part for your telescope, Doctor.
All right. Let's get it installed.
Reparieren wir es halt ein zweites Mal.
I think we can give this a go, although I have this strange feeling that something will
Don't
go
start
wrong.
it up yet. There's a problem with the coolant system.
Yes, that's right. I remember. All right, let me think. If they're sabotaging it, they'll be at the primary coolant pipe outside. If you can secure it, we should be ready to pick up the signal. That is why you're here, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I'll take care of it.
Before you go, if you have the time, I'd appreciate if you came up here and explained a few things. All of this is very strange to me.
Wie, soll ich jetzt wirklich zu ihr gehen? Na gut, dann gehen wir mal zu ihr. Ich will ja ein paar Dinge erklärt haben. Dann gehen wir mal hin.
Hello.
I don't quite know what's going on, but I seem to remember having had this encounter before.
It's not deja vu, Doctor. This has happened before. We're caught in a time loop.
That's utterly insane. How could that be?
I can't really explain it. I suppose I could call it magic.
I don't believe in magic.
Neither do I. But I can't argue with what I've experienced. Listen, what matters now is the signal. The last time we only caught a part of it. I need the rest of it. Whether you believe me or not, you want to look into this as much as I do, right?
Yes. All right.
I realize that you have trouble believing this.
That's an understatement. I can't deny that what you say resonates with me on some level I don't pretend to understand. But for all I know, I'm simply delusional.
But it's not just you. I've experienced the same thing as you. Doesn't that prove something, at least?
Maybe. On the other hand, given your appearance And the fact that you're trying to convince me that I'm not insane, perhaps you're merely a hallucination that accompanies my delusions.
You're not having a psychotic episode, Doctor. For what it's worth, I'm a skeptic by nature. I completely understand your reluctance to believe me.
There are people caught so deep in their psychosis that they retroactively manufacture memories and beliefs that conform to the situation at hand.
Sure, but you have to stop second-guessing yourself at some point, if you want to get something done.
Okay, ja gut, dann gehen wir mal die Rohre manipulieren, beziehungsweise aufdrehen, oder zudrehen, je nachdem. Damit wir hier auch vorankommen natürlich, ne? So, okay. Hier war ein Rohr, ne? Doch nicht? Okay. Warte mal, ich möchte mal gerade wissen. Da oben noch eine Seite ist. Die wir holen können. Okay. Ja, 40 Manuskripte haben wir noch nicht. Irgendwas verfolgt mich hier schon wieder. Ja. Ach, komm schon. Nein. Scheiße. Okay, nochmal. Dass der nicht einfach da speichert, wo man eigentlich schon war, hier unten. Das ist ein bisschen... Oh, jetzt habe ich mich selber wehgetan. Das war ja mal wieder sehr klar, dass ich das machen würde. Ach, komm schon.
These beams hate the light, am I correct? All right, I'll start looking for the signal. Please, head back.
Okay.
Didn't like that.
Wir sollen zu Dr. Meadows zurückkehren, aber ich möchte jetzt erstmal schauen, ob hier irgendwo eine Seite noch versteckt ist. die wir übersehen haben oder nicht gesehen haben oder was auch immer. Er ist schon wieder aus der Puste. Ja, natürlich. Ja, genau. What the fuck? Okay. Hier ist irgendwo eine Seite, die wir noch brauchen. So, besser ist, wenn... Ah, fucky. Fuck. Wenn wir jetzt gleich mal irgendwie hier vorankommen. Aua, nein. Natürlich, so. Der einsame dunkle Ort.
After my disappearance, they thought I was dead. I might as well have been. I know it's been 2 years. I know Alice has moved on. I've tried to find a way back to her, back to my life, but escaping the dark place is almost impossible. Time does strange things here, but dreams and radio signals can pierce the veil between the worlds. I catch glimpses and echoes of the world. Sometimes I send messages out. I can only pray that they hear them.
Okay. Jo, mal schauen. Wenn das die Seite schon war und die geblieben ist, ist cool. Ja. Das versucht es. So. Ah, nein. Nee, die Seite ist nicht geblieben, alles klar. Lesen wir. Ah, doch, die ist geblieben, okay. Es war also die Seite, sehr interessant. Komm, ich will ins Licht, Oh mein Gott. Warum geht ihm denn jetzt die Puste aus hier? Oh, scheiße. Geh, renn doch. Oh, fuck. Oh mein Gott. Alter. Komm schon. Mach auf. Gott sei Dank.
It's working. Please, come up here.
Ja, ich komm. Ist das nicht ein Kontrollpunkt? Warum lädt er mein Leben dann nicht auf?
Find the signal?
Yes, I don't think it's quite the same thing we had, the last time. Still, we're definitely picking it up.
Are we getting the complete signal now?
I'm afraid not. Take a look at it yourself. I'm printing out a hard copy now. I'd like to ask you a question or two before that, though, if you don't mind.
What's on your mind, Doctor?
Most people would find these events extremely disturbing, provided that they survive these creatures, that is. You seem to be quite adept at dealing with the situation. Why is that?
Yes, I was involved in... It's a complex story. I was in this small town, and a horrible thing from another dimension kidnapped my wife and manipulated me into writing this horror story that came true. I learned to fight it with light, and I managed to contain it and free my wife. But I was trapped in its world.
Are you serious?
Absolutely. So, I'm used to reality working in strange or even impossible ways. And I fought these things, not exactly like this, but close enough for a good while now. Of course, I have certain advantages. Was there anything else?
What did you mean when you said you have advantages?
At the risk of sounding like a lunatic, reality is much more fluid than people think. It can be influenced.
I didn't take you for a mystic.
I'm not. I'm a writer. And under certain conditions, I can, for lack of a better word, rewrite reality. Change things.
That's absurd.
But it works.
Assuming I believe this, why don't you simply, I don't know, write yourself some superpowers?
It's not quite that simple. You need to follow certain laws of drama, I suppose. You need to think about consistency and symbolism. Often what you write isn't anywhere near as important as what you imply. There are things out there that will take advantage of your mistakes.
You really believe in this?
Don't look at me like that. You've experienced some of this yourself.
I will gladly admit that something exceedingly strange is going on. But this idea that you're somehow altering reality with your writing is ridiculous. You're essentially saying you're controlling my actions. Leaving aside the rational arguments against this, what gives you the right?
Well, it's more like having a destiny. A path you're on. You're not aware of it, but there it is. If somebody changes it, what difference does it make? It's what every writer does. If you write something that affects one of the characters, they don't really know about that.
I'm not a character. Are you saying that it's all right to take advantage of someone if they aren't aware of it?
Look, all I meant was that if you're genuinely making all your own decisions, and those decisions lead to whatever destiny you have, what practical difference does it make?
I suppose that depends on whether our destinies are determined by things like physics and probabilities, or natural reality, which is presumably neutral and impartial, or by some kind of an intelligence. If it's the latter, that intelligence makes choices based on some criteria. If we suffer as a result of those choices, there's a moral and ethical element involved, regardless of whether we're aware of its manipulations. Wouldn't you agree?
You're taking this very well. I thought you'd be hangry.
I suppose I would be if I thought you could actually do this.
Ja, und wie es jetzt weitergeht mit dem Signalausdruck und generell sehen wir dann in der nächsten Folge. Ich bedanke mich fürs Zusehen und hoffe, ihr seid beim nächsten Mal wieder mit dabei. Tschüss.